Americans watched a debate last night, not a commotion, but a debate. The vice presidential debate between Democratic VP pick Kamala Harris and US Vice President Mike Pence. It was civil, to say the least. For some, it was a debate that positioned Kamala Harris as a person who, if given a chance, could serve as America's commander-in-chief and do justice to the post. For others, the 90 minutes positioned Mike Pence as a better alternative to Kamala Harris, whom he branded as overly progressive. So who won? One poll gives Kamala Harris the lead, but opinion polls count for very little, so we will not dwell on them. What I can tell you, though, is that both Harris and Pence successfully touched upon all the election issues. They gave the electorate a clear idea of what they and their respective parties stand for. Harris and Pence spoke about the Wuhan virus, the exporters of the virus, and the Trump administration's handling of it. Kamala Harris called it the greatest failure of any presidential administration. Listen to this.
And they knew what was happening, and they didn't tell you. They knew, and they covered it up. The president said it was a hoax.
The reality is that we're going to have a vaccine, Senator, in record time, in unheard of time, in less than a year.
Half of Americans now say they wouldn't take a vaccine if it was released now. If the Trump administration approves a vaccine before or after the election, should Americans take it, and would you take it?
If the public health professionals, if Dr. Fauci, if the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it. Absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
We told you yesterday how healthcare will top Kamala Harris's agenda, and we were also talking about whether Kamala Harris would carry forward the question of white supremacists. Guess what she did? Here's what happened.
Last week, the President of the United States took a debate stage in front of 70 million Americans and refused to condemn white supremacists.
Not true.
And
not true.
It wasn't like he didn't have a chance. He didn't do it, and then he doubled down. And then he said, when pressed, stand back, stand by. And this is a part of a pattern of Donald Trump's. He called Mexicans rapists and criminals. He instituted as his first act a Muslim ban.
You're concerned that he doesn't condemn neo-Nazis. President Trump has Jewish grandchildren. His daughter and son-in-law are Jewish. This is a president who respects and cherishes all of the American people.
There was also a heated conversation about abortion rights and the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. Pence clearly was prepared for this one. He packed his answers with history and numbers and may have won some votes here.
Issues before us couldn't be more serious. There's the issue of choice, and I will always fight for a woman's right to make a decision about her own body. It should be her decision and not that of Donald Trump and the Vice President, Michael Pence.
I couldn't be more proud to serve as Vice President to a president who stands without apology for the sanctity of human life. I'm pro-life. I don't apologize for it. Are you and Joe Biden going to pack the court if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed? I mean, there have been 29 vacancies on the Supreme Court during presidential election years, from George Washington to Barack Obama. Presidents have nominated in all 29 cases. But your party is actually openly advocating adding seats to the Supreme Court, which has had 9 seats for 150 years, if you don't get your way.
From courts to China, Harris and Pence spoke a great deal about foreign policy. Harris accused Trump of betraying America's friends and befriending dictators like Russian President Vladimir Putin. She also accused the Trump administration of losing a trade war with China. Pence shot back, calling Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden a cheerleader of the Chinese Communist Party.
You lost that trade war. You lost it.
Lost the trade war with China. Joe Biden never fought it. Joe Biden has been a cheerleader for communist China over the last several decades.
Leaders of all of our formerly allied countries have now decided that they hold in greater esteem and respect Xi Jinping, the head of the Chinese Communist Party, than they do Donald Trump, the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief of the United States.
Our armed forces destroyed the ISIS caliphate and took down their leader al-Baghdadi without one American casualty.
Here's my top takeaway from the vice presidential debate. It was not personal. Harris and Pence did not get into Biden's age or Trump's health. They kept it civil. There was an occasional spat or two, especially when the two were debating about race, but none took jibes at each other. As for the response to the debate, two things dominated social media, or three: a fly, Pence's flushed eye, and Kamala Harris's expressions. Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.